Hello, and welcome to CDAO Magazine interview series. I'm Ben Blanquera with Rackspace Technology, a leading pure-play multi-cloud solutions company in the world. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Ram Kumar, Chief Data and Analytics Officer at Cigna. Good morning, Ram. How are you today?
Good morning, Ben. I'm good. Thank you.
Or I should say good day. I have to good day to you.
Yeah.
Ram, can you share a little bit about your background, about yourself, your company, and your role?
Yeah. Firstly, I would like to thank CDAO Magazine for this opportunity. Really appreciate it. So just a bit of background about myself. I have more than 34 years of experience in the industry, of which I spent close to 29 years in areas of technology. Basically started as a programmer, then became a chief architect, CTO, CIO. Then in parallel, I have about over 26 years of experience in data and analytics. That includes the whole data area, like data strategy, data governance, data ethics, data risk, data quality, data monetization, which I actually originally started to work in this area as a passion in 1994. That's where I started working in the area of data while I was more a technologist. And adding to this mix, I have a strong background in AI and machine learning related R&D work, where I applied the R&D work to solve complex industry problems. And I commenced my journey in AI in 1985. It was interesting, like during that period, I was very fortunate to work with some of the fathers and pioneers in the field of AI and machine learning. From a career perspective, I have held many senior and executive leadership roles, namely like CTO, CIO, CDAO, and CEO of medium to large and well-known organizations globally, particularly in the area of data and technology operations. And have worked with various teams around the globe, around, I think, in around 40 countries. So that's a bit of background about myself. And now currently Cigna, the company I work for, I think it's a well-known organization in the US. It's one of the top 3 global health services companies in the world with an annual revenue of US 175 billion. And it's ranked number 12 among the top 550 global companies. What we do is that we provide affordable, simple, and predictable healthcare solutions for our customers. Our customers are individuals, governments, employers, NGOs, and IGOs. So my role as the Chief Data Analytics Officer for Cigna International Markets Division, it covers 30 plus countries in the Americas, EMEA, and APAC region. I'm responsible basically for building data analytics capabilities in these markets by working closely with the business leaders, technology, legal, privacy, risk and compliance, and HR teams to drive creation of data-driven culture and generate business value out of data across our markets. Yeah,
that's pretty impressive. 40 countries, 30 plus years, and now you have a footprint that is one of the largest healthcare providers in the world. So that's a big challenge. So given that, what do you believe should be the key priorities for a CDAO, and how should those priorities be executed? What's the top 10 things or top 3 things you're looking at?
Okay, this is my view based on my experience as well as what I do now. So to me, the top priority for a CDO is to have a deep understanding of the business and its strategic priorities, because that's very critical, which will then help the role of CDO, to focus on taking the business through the journey of creating value out of data in a considered manner that would enable or contribute to the strategic priorities. Very as simple as that. That's how the top priority is for me. This means for me, particularly in my role, working closely with the businesses, particularly in international market, one size doesn't fit all, which we have to be very mindful of that. So particularly working with the businesses by identifying, prioritizing, and agreeing on data and analytic use cases that would support the business priorities in terms of enabling them and creating value. So creating business value out of data is a two-way street. That's how I see it. Like data analytics team should create insights through insights dashboard or reports or analytical models, and business should operationalize the insights to derive the benefits. Both are required to create value out of data, and that is why it is important that The CDAO should create a culture and environment where the business and the data analytics team, with the support of partners such as IT, work together right from conceptualization to operationalization of data analytics use cases. So that is my top priority. I spend a lot of time on prioritizing the use cases. How do I prioritize n number of use cases coming from 30 plus countries? Everyone wants to have a piece of the pie, but how do you prioritize? So prioritization about focus on where it really matters, depending on the size of the prize, economies of scale. So we apply various filters through a comprehensive prioritization framework. Then the other priority for CDA is that while we want to create value, but the CDA must also ensure that to create value out of data, solid, all-encompassing data strategy. And importantly, that is executable in an incremental manner is in place and is approved by the business. It should include a supporting technology strategy, data lifecycle management and governance, things like data architecture, data literacy, data risk management, including acceptable use of data from legal, privacy, and ethical perspective, and other important facts like data quality, metadata, and master data. So another important aspect of data strategy should include establishing a solid data analytics team with the right skill set, combination of soft skill and technical skill, and the right environment in a place supported with talent and retention management program. So this requires investment, and this is where data literacy plays a very important role in educating the business and senior executives about data lifecycle management and data-driven value creation, and why and how both are required to create data-driven value. So to me, these are the top two priorities. One is about value creation. The second is about how do you provide that environment to create value by bringing everyone together. That is what I focus on from given my role. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you for that. That's understand the business, create the environment to realize the value, and then make sure it gets operationalized. And it sounds like given the scale of your organization, the prioritization is not an insignificant sort of task for you. I'm curious. You talked about it's a two-way street with the business. You tee up the information to create the business value, but it's got to be operationalized by the business. I've not heard that in my interviews. Can you just expand on that a little bit? How do you make sure that happens?
Okay, so operationalization to me is fundamental, because if you want to create value, you need to operationalize the solutions that you build, whether even if it's a dashboard or whether it's an analytical model. It has to become part of a BAU. But in order to operationalize, it should not be an afterthought. So what we have done is that one thing I spent quite a bit of time since I joined Cigna is to build a comprehensive business data analytics use case and value creation prioritization framework. And that prioritization framework was built and endorsed by the business unit. It was a jointly built one. So I think about it as like a funnel. Okay, so you put all the use cases coming from the business. I'm talking about 30 plus countries, 30 plus CEOs, CFOs, and you put all the use cases into the funnel. And then there is something called a black box holding that funnel. And under the black box, there are a number of slices, or you call filters. So we apply a number of filters looking at various aspects, things like availability of data, confidence on the data, commitment to operationalization, the complexity of the use cases, the effort you take to build the use cases, all kinds of filters. And then outcome of the filter is a handful of use cases, which we are certain that those are the use cases that you need to implement. And in order to implement, we again make sure the CEOs commit to operationalizing those use cases at that point in time itself, not after the project has started and things like that. So they commit to that. And if they don't commit to operationalizing the use cases, and even if the use cases we believe is something they have to do, but if there is no commitment, we drop that use cases from that prioritization list. So we create that ownership and accountability coming from the business, as well as the ownership coming from us, from the data analyst community. And that's why I call it as a two-way street. And it seems to work very well. So there are no surprises for the businesses saying that I don't know what value you are creating from data analytics function. There's no surprises. They all know what they're going to get.
That's fantastic. And it sounds as if you're creating a level of mutual accountability to outcomes that is so important.
And every use case has to have a business value creation estimate. Whether it is an enabler or a direct contributor, there has to be value creation estimate before the prioritization work commences.
Got it. That's fantastic. Thank you. So thank you, Ram, for joining me today. Please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you very much. Bye for now.